And good morning, Southwest Florida. Welcome to the Off Script podcast. We are so thrilled that you're here. This is our podcast, our as in the Amy Wegman, and I'm Shari Armstrong. And this is every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. It's our way of being able to connect with you off the television and, you know, on our streaming platform. So we're talking to you on Facebook. We're talking to you on YouTube. And our producer is telling us something very important. However, just so you know, we always like to let people know our producers are in here with us. We've got Neha and Allie. They produce our morning shows, and they're here with us making the podcast happen.
Hello.
Woo!
I just threw a sweatshirt on, and now I'm regretting that decision because it's kind of toasty in here. Anywho,
The news doesn't stop.
news does not stop. In fact, stand by. Hold on. I got to
So
do something. You talk first.
it's all good. So we just, we're following some breaking news that just came into the newsroom. And part of our goal is, yes, to connect with you. We have some like very transparent moments here on the podcast, but also to keep you informed in what's going on in our community as well. And so we know that Naples Pride has been a big talker in our community. A lot of people waiting to see like what was going to happen with that decision. A lot of back and forth. Is it going to be outside? Is it not? And I know that we just got some breaking news that you are all over.
Yeah, so if you remember, this has been a back and forth, but basically the breaking that just came down, Naples Pride has won the court battle against the city of Naples. So the city of Naples was trying to block Naples Pride from having outdoor drag shows during their Pride event, which is June 7th. Yes. Okay, and Naples Pride was like, hold on, this is freedom of speech, right? So they basically sued, and there was a hold, and then they sued back, and, you know, so it's just been this back and forth. Anyway, they will be allowed, according to this new ruling, to host their drag shows outside, no age restrictions. So that's the big news. They challenged this. The court basically said that the city failed to show that they would suffer irreparable harm without the restriction. In fact, they talked about the police department saying, no, we can manage the security for this event, even if they have drag shows outside. So the judge determined that even First Amendment violations on even if it's like a temporary one just for that day during the Pride Fest, it would constitute serious harm. So they get to have their drag shows outside at Cambier Park on June 7th. So a win for Naples Pride.
Right. This has kind of been like this has been ongoing for a while. So we wanted to make sure that we brought that breaking news. It's not normally our style as far as our podcast is concerned, but it's such a big talker, especially for those of you watching on social media. We see the conversations on Facebook about this, so we wanted to make sure we bring that to you.
I'm going to shut my computer now.
Thank you for turning on. I mean, you always have your journalistic hat on, but like you got on that breaking news so fast, and we love it. That's why you're Amy Wegman, that girl.
That's why you're Shari Armstrong, that girl.
We have so much to talk about with you today, and we appreciate you joining us. I want to just ask you right off the bat, though, because there's a lot of conversation about where people are moving to. We have a lot of travel stories to get to today. Where are people moving to when they leave the United States? So
wait, are people leaving the United States?
So there are people that are if you're on social, there's a lot of like conversation about like, you know, people considering other options, other places to live.
Sure.
And that conversation is kind of heightened just on the various platforms. Sometimes are people actually acting on it? Can't quantify that. However, the conversations are generating.
Okay.
So our producer, Allie, found the number one place that people are talking about. And I'm going to give you a hint. It's a country. And Trent said something about it being an English-speaking country. It's not primarily an English-speaking country. What country do you think people are shifting to? Considering shifting to?
I mean, it could be anything.
Okay.
I lean towards like, you probably, if you're going to move out of the country, want the most bang for your buck, right?
Okay.
Like, so you want to go somewhere where you might be able to buy
Your dollar can go
property, your
further.
dollar
Yes.
can go far. I have met Americans in the past who have like purchased land in like Costa Rica or
Yes.
South America
Yes.
type. So I'm like leaning in that direction, not Europe,
Sure.
not Australia.
Sure.
Asia's expensive. So I'm going to go like South America.
I think that's a very educated guess.
Okay.
I would have guessed South America too. Allie tells us that it's actually Portugal.
Really?
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people in
That's
my
fascinating.
circles, a lot of people are talking about Neha went to Portugal. I think it was last year. A lot of people have been traveling to Portugal.
Did you drink the port? She didn't. It's awkward. Okay.
But it's interesting that people are considering moving there. So I just wanted to start our chat off with that because I think it's interesting.
That is super interesting. If you could move anywhere, like,
Yeah.
obviously we think of the emotional things like, oh, it's so far from my family. Like, take all the stuff out just for like a year. Money's not an object. You could move anywhere. It's like your happy place. Where would you move to?
I would go to Barbados, where my family's from. Yeah.
Aw.
Every time we go to Barbados, it's like, and obviously it's different living versus visiting, right? But the vibe is just, it's island time.
Yeah.
We make things happen when it's time to make them happen, whenever that is, you know?
I love that.
And it's just such a vibe as far as food and culture. And I just would love to be able to spend more time with my family in Barbados.
I love that.
Yeah, what about
I've
you?
never been to Barbados. I don't know, honestly. I'd have to think about this.
Okay,
I
give it
feel
some
like
thought,
there's
maybe follow up.
multiple. Like, if it was in the U.S., I feel like it would be like somewhere with seasons, but
Yes,
not
of
crazy
course.
seasons. Like the Georgia,
Georgia.
Carolinas. But if it's crazy, like, okay, you get to go somewhere that you feel like I have to go to Egypt before I die.
Yes.
I don't know, like, I need to go there before I die.
Yes.
I want to go see the pyramids. I want to just go see it.
Yes.
I don't know. So I don't know if I want to move there for a year, but that's somewhere I do want to go.
Yeah, my grandfather did that trip. He did the Nile, like the cruise down the Nile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing?
life-changing. Yeah, of course. Definitely.
Little jelly.
Egypt is a good one.
Right? So that's like definitely on the list.
We've been seeing a lot of wildlife in our area, and we're going to
Girl.
talk about it. I feel like every time we're on the podcast, we are talking about wildlife.
Animals?
Yeah, animals.
This is my favorite video of all time. Okay. Can I just say, if you don't know Bella Line, she's one of our community correspondents. She is like the sweetest, wholesome, lovely, most beautiful girl, right? And she goes to cover this story because this duck, when I first heard about the story and I was reading her script, like the word they were using is terrorizing the neighborhood. And of course I'm like, okay, it's a duck. But you listen to these poor little senior citizens, and this duck is attacking them, like drawing blood and coming for them, will not leave them alone. Bella showed up and it started chasing her.
That's what you're just seeing. The duck chasing her.
Crazy.
You know, you were talking about this gentleman right here. He's a veteran, and he was saying a lot of people, this story is viral. We should say that. Yeah,
Poor
you can
baby.
see, right. And a lot of people were saying, well, why don't they just trap it without watching the full story? He says he's on a fixed income, so he cannot afford to have someone come out and trap the duck. That's part of the challenge here.
Right, because even though they're non-native, I believe, they originate in Texas, but they're still protected. Like, you can't just go and do mean things to the duck.
Right.
So he can't afford to trap her. We've had some trappers call, and they're like, I got him.
Yep.
Don't worry, I'll take care of that
Yep.
duck.
And we've seen your messages too on Facebook saying that. I know that Bella's following up with the story today. So it looks like there might be a solution, but you're just going to have to watch Fox 4 News at 5 and 6 to see what that solution is. But it's been interesting seeing all of your comments about this duck. Honestly, you knew about the Muscovy duck. Apparently, I'm the only Southwest Floridian that didn't.
Yeah, they're not cute in person. I remember years ago, years ago, we covered a story. Man, we're going back like at least 10, if not 15 years ago. The Walmart in Cape Coral, I believe it was, had a Muscovy duck that had an arrow through its body.
It's awful.
And people called us and they're like, this is horrible. I understand, like, people might not like them. They can be a nuisance, but you still have to humanely trap them and move them and stuff. This poor thing someone took a bow and arrow to a duck.
That's awful.
But anyway, I could watch this all day long.
Shout out to our girl Bella,
I
man.
could literally watch this all day long. It isn't just ducks either. You know, if you're familiar with the Fort Myers area, Colonial and 75, okay? Like kind of Top Golf, Kohl's, Hobby Lobby, Texas Roadhouse, okay? Dude's driving along. He's like, wait, what? Hold on. Yo, I'm going to imitate him.
Direct quote.
Yo, that's a bear.
Excellent. Excellent.
He said, yo. The bear, I don't know if you can see it, is trying to climb this tree. And it's probably because it's empty. It's nighttime.
Just for perspective, this is the Kohl's Plaza. This is Kohl's over here.
That's Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, exactly.
I know a Hobby Lobby when I see it.
I love that.
I love Hobby Lobby. Anyway, that's a big bear. And when you think of that area, sure, there's some wooded area around there, but really not that much. The 6 Mile Cypress Slough is like a couple miles away. This is something we're seeing more often. It is bear mating season. Bears are from Florida. We have bears in Florida. We are seeing more of them. The population has definitely grown. FWC is talking about having this bear hunt. So they're like, there are things you can do. Basically, when you see them out and about like this, it's because typically they're finding food in the garbage cans, in the dumpsters. This bear likes Texas Roadhouse. What can they say?
Can't blame him. Have you,
You
had
know?
is it the bread there? That's the bread, right?
Is that the one with the cinnamon honey butter?
Yes.
How do like,
We always connect on food.
me too. I love you so much.
I love you so much.
Anyway, so, so this guy saw this, and our community correspondent, who was it, Anvar? Yeah, he was able to go talk to the guy who took this video, and he's like, that's crazy. It's a big bear.
You know what? We hear about these. We have been talking about these bear sightings, Amy. But what's killing me a little bit is someone reported seeing one in the villas. This is 6 Mile Cypress. I mean, some of our heaviest traffic areas in Fort Myers are like right here. Yeah. So this is the part that I think really is like interesting is like these are heavily populated areas with a lot of movement.
Right. Like when they said, I think it was last week, they found a bear underneath the boardwalk at 6 Mile Cypress Slough. I'm like, okay, well, that's a nature preserve.
Right. Exactly.
But yeah, you're seeing it pulling up in the Wendy's drive-thru. It's like, whoa. All right. So, I mean, it is mating season. Shouldn't be a total shocker, but I guess it's something that used to not necessarily be on my radar. We had a bear in my neighborhood, 3 weeks ago?
Oh, wow. It was already 3 weeks ago.
Jumping fences.
Crazy.
So it's just one of those things, like when the kids go outside to play now, it's in the back of my head.
Yeah, or even walking the dog. FWC suggests walking your dog on a short lead. Also, if you have like any livestock, those of you in some of the more rural areas, just making sure they're secure because we're seeing more of them.
Yeah. I mean, I know that we had the fatal bear attack in Collier County in Jerome recently. Aside from that, that was the first ever fatal bear attack in Florida. Normally, bears don't bother you. They're more scared than the human is, so they're going to take off. Yeah. I mean, obviously, you don't want to instigate, but don't worry about it. These little suckers, this is like my worst nightmare. Shari and I both don't like frogs, okay?
Ugh. I know. I actually can't even look at the video, to be very honest with you.
Cane toads?
It's these cane toads. Yeah.
Bufo toads.
Yeah. And it goes beyond just like not being able to look at them or thinking they're gross or whatever. These suckers are dangerous.
Yeah, for pets. Mm-hmm. So if they lick their glands, so if your dog or cat or whatever goes up to it and starts messing with it, they secrete a toxin. Mm-hmm. And that can kill your dog
in minutes.
They foam at the mouth and stuff. Yeah.
I keep putting my hand up because I really can't look at this video, but they have, they tell you to rinse your dog's mouth out with the hose, trying to make sure that it doesn't go down the back of their throat. And then you have to take them to the emergency vet immediately.
Right away.
This has really made me paranoid.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Do you want me to shut it off?
But, the other side of it is all those people who are out there catching these cane toads. Right. Shout out to you guys.
The reason we brought this up is because there's this gentleman in Gateway that we interviewed, and if you want to watch a story, go to fox4now.com. But he's kind of taken this into his own hands. He's going around the Gateway area because they are just everywhere, and he is humanely killing them. He's doing 50 in one outing. We met a woman the other day who said she did 500 in one session. You freeze them, and then they're disposed of. Yeah. That's the humane way to do it. But apparently, it's just something we have to deal with. These things mate like nobody's business.
Thousands.
There she goes again, my sister-in-law.
Her sister. Hey, sister.
Shannon.
Shannon, we have a podcast.
Yeah, I'll call you back.
It's okay. We love you.
I think was it 30 or 60,000 eggs?
1,000.
That's insane.
And disgusting.
Really gross. What is your frog trigger? Because did something happen to you as a child?
My mom is terrified of frogs, so it was just a learned phobia.
Okay.
But something did happen to me when I was there was a toad in the toilet upstairs, my mother's house. And I remember all I saw, it was clear, Amy, and all I saw were those golden eyes looking up at me. And I remember jumping off and walking into a wall. So for years, I didn't go in that bathroom. Can I tell you something? When I found the guts to go back into that bathroom, there was another frog inside of the toilet. Yeah. So it's just this thing that I have that I don't like how unpredictable their movement is. That's what I don't like.
That's what I don't like too. Yeah. I don't like things that can jump on me.
That's right.
In a moment's notice.
That's right. And the way they move, I try to be brave. Yeah. That's a great frog impression. Yes. I hope somebody screen grab that. I will later. But yeah, it's the movement, the way they look. I can't.
I just have never liked them. My brother, when I was little, used to chase me around with them because he knew I didn't like them. But it's more the jumping thing. I one time waited what was it, like 2 hours in my car in the driveway because I didn't have my key to the front door and there was a frog on the keypad to get into the garage. And I was like, I'm not doing it. So I sat in my car and waited for my husband to get home.
Let me tell you something. I have never felt more connected to you. A couple months ago, there was a toad on the front door and there was no one to call. It was during a hurricane. I found, thank you, Lee County Sheriff's Office.
You did not.
Yeah, there was a deputy driving
You didn't
around.
call them.
I didn't call them. I know better than to call during a hurricane. But I saw him sitting there and I was like, sir, I do have a little bit of an emergency. It's slightly different from the traditional version of an emergency. And he came. Shout out to that deputy because he came and he saved the day.
Hold on. We have a comment from YouTube, Neha, on Facebook. Hold on one second.
Hello, Facebook.
Todd says 2 veterans outdoor adventures can add them to the list. We average 100 iguanas a week.
Todd. Yes. Is this Todd Williams? Todd Williams, man. I just got to say something.
He's the
really
one we
quick.
interviewed about the iguanas.
Yes, we actually went on a boat with them. And Todd's, I just want to say, I did a story with Todd's daughter when she was cleaning up the canals back in the day.
Yeah.
She, this has nothing to do with the iguanas or anything. She just graduated. I just want to say shout out to her because she was in 8th grade.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so Todd, we're glad you're watching. And also, what is it? 2 iguanas. So
what's the name of
two
it?
veterans.
Yes.
2 veterans, yeah.
We just had them on recently, too. Who was it? Was it Bella? Somebody was on the morning show with them on their boat. Yeah. Iguanas, bufo toads. If I have a spider, I might need to call someone. I'm afraid of
calling you
spiders,
Todd.
too.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
You have a fear of spiders.
Deathly afraid of spiders.
I didn't know that about you.
Spiders and frogs.
Yeah.
I'll pick up a snake.
Stop.
I will change a dirty diaper.
Right.
I will, you know what I mean? Like a lot of things don't scare me as far as animals go, but those 2 things, I don't know what it is.
Gross. I'm with you.
All right. Moving on. It's hurricane season, almost Sunday.
Yeah.
Senator Rick Scott was at the Collier County Sheriff's Office yesterday reminding us, guys, I know everyone's like, we know, we've been through it, but a lot of people have moved here. And maybe you didn't get the effects that some people did with like Ian, Milton, Helene. Now is the time to prepare, right? We want to get ready, trim those trees back, get that paperwork in a nice little Ziploc bag in your safety deposit box in your house or whatever. Just like do the little things so that last minute you're not panicking and like, we're in the cone, because it's not a good feeling. And we're supposed to have a busy season. Busy season just means that we will probably see storms, whether they come near us, whether we see weather from them, that nobody can say. So word to the wise.
Now's the time to prepare.
Sunday starts hurricane season.
Yeah, that's why we wanted to make sure you know about our hurricane special by our amazing weather team.
Yeah, so our team of meteorologists have been working really hard to put together things you need to know. And this isn't just for somebody who's new to the area. There's some crazy new technology out that can help all of us during hurricanes. Just things you need to know, the changes that we're going to see for this season. That is Sunday at 10 p.m. right here on Fox 4. They've been working on it for quite a while, so make sure you check that out because it's got really good information.
I just like to ask, what is your number one like hurricane tip, whether it's for people who just moved here, people who have been here? What's the thing that like you always like people to know that might not be on the forefront?
Yeah, I think 2 things. The shutters, don't wait till the day before the storm is hitting to put them up because everyone and their brother is, and all the handymen, even if you need help with it, it's not that easy. It takes some time to put those babies up.
That's right.
Like, yeah, anyway. The other thing is don't wait till last minute to get like, you think you won't need 12 gallons of water, and I promise you, we went through Irma and lost power for like, I don't know, let's say 6 days it was. The water was like not working right in our house. That for us was
A struggle.
one of the doozies
I feel
as
it.
far as my house goes.
I feel it.
And you can't, it's hard to find like the basics, the bread, the water, the stuff like that. So the things you can stock up on now, I would say just do it.
It's the difference between going to Publix now and then, and just as you're doing your daily grocery shopping or your weekly grocery shopping, buying 2 extra bottles of water now, buying a bag of chips now. My thing is cash. Irma taught me that.
Yes.
Obviously if the power's out, you're not using your debit cards and somebody down the street is selling a hot meal and you want it because you don't have electricity at your house, making sure you take out some cash is a game changer.
Game changer. And if you can, and you have a proper place to store it. Fill up those little red canisters with gas. Even if you only do 2, you got enough to like get where you need to go and go home, because it's not like you're driving around in the aftermath of a storm. But yeah, just all these little things add up from the pros. We're going to be, either sleeping here or wherever we have to evacuate to, and we'll be getting you guys through it. But let's just hope we don't have to do that this year.
Amen to that.
Amen
to that.
Big talker in Cape Coral. This one has people fired up. So, you own a home in the Cape. Let's say you own a condo in the Cape. You want to rent it out. Right now, you pay $35 one time, and you're like, set to rent it out. Okay, this is my little registration fee. Now I can rent my house out. Well, there is talk of changing that. They want to raise the fee.
Let me drum roll this for you.
Ready? 1,700%. Okay, so instead of a one-time fee of $35 to rent your home or condo out, they're talking about $600 a year. That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money. Can you talk about why the city says they're doing this?
Right. So they said the money would go toward a tourism fund. So that money, they said it could generate like $6 million annually, would go toward not only policing rental homes, right? Because we've heard maybe short-term rentals might be having parties that get out of control.
Yeah.
City events, amenities across the city. So just a fund that will go toward, which sounds kind of great, tourism, right? Like that could be used a million different ways. We're a tourism area. So it's something they're talking about. And we asked you guys this morning what your thoughts are. And the angry face was like lighting up.
Yeah. Most of you were upset, rightfully so. People already saying and talking about how expensive it already is to live, and specifically Cape Coral as far as like home ownership and all of those things. And people worried about how that cost would be passed down as well.
Right. And so one Realtors Association member that we spoke with, and you can watch this story on fox4now.com, they were saying this is going to affect the working class people because, yes, that cost might be passed on, but even if you're the one renting your home, like maybe you're not making your mortgage, it was an investment property, and right now you're just trying to rent it out, and now you got to, $600 a year.
Exactly.
Another fee. So we'll see what happens. We'll keep you posted. Bella's been all over this. So
that they're talking about it tonight.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like a couple hours.
Right now, yeah.
So stay tuned.
Listen, we were talking about Cape Coral and like living here, but can we talk about travel for a second?
Let's please.
Okay, because there are a few changes we want to make sure you know about, starting with Southwest Airlines, okay? Southwest is known for, your two bags fly for free. Not anymore.
No.
Those days are over. So starting today, 2 bags no longer fly for free. The first one is going to cost you $35. The second one is $45.
Ooh.
So I feel like most Southwest did tell us it was coming, right? I feel like most airlines are doing it at this point, and it's kind of like standard.
Every airline.
Yeah.
I think unless you're flying like business or first class, you're paying for your bags.
Exactly.
And I'm the fool who they're like, yeah, it's over 100 pounds.
No.
Or 60 or whatever the max is.
Is this your bag, or we're taking into consideration you got the babies and everything?
I don't remember whose bag it was, but yes, I was shuffling stuff around the other day because I'm like, that's heavy. Those snow boots. This was
sure. Okay, that's different.
I think we were going skiing and stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, so 35 to 40. 35, 45 for the second.
I think this is a game changer, though, as far as tickets for Southwest. You know how when you're searching, a lot of the times you have to search for your flight for Southwest on their actual airline because they don't pop up on Expedia. They're going to start being available on Expedia now. So you can search Southwest in your Expedia search, which is a big deal.
I like that. The other thing that they also announced is that they are adding a new fare. It's like an even more basic fare. So they're going to add one more cheaper fare. Keep in mind, you got to tack on all those little fees and stuff and add it up. It ends up
balancing out,
kind of being close to the other airlines, but just do your homework. United also changing their deadline to check in if you fly. So usually you have to check in within 30 minutes of the flight, which is, that's cutting it close, my friends.
100%.
Get through security, and not only Southwest Florida, anywhere.
Yeah.
Anyway, they bumped it up to 45 minutes, which I still think is cutting it close.
Absolutely.
I'm like, let's get to the airport 2 hours early.
I'm also like, I mean, I get it, checking in your bags as well, but this is also for people who do not like to fly with bags, which is me. I am a big, like, just check in the app. Are you?
Oh, yeah. I check in that 24 hours before.
100%.
Yeah.
Like hit the window. Just so that's one less thing you have to worry about for the people who who only carry on. But this applies to everybody.
Yeah, I guess that's a good idea if you're not checking bags. You can just show up and walk right through security.
Yeah, that's my kind of party.
Much faster way to be. Speaking of B.
Come here, girl. That was good.
B. Tonight and tomorrow night are semifinals and finals for the Scripps National Spelling Bee. This is something that has been going on for 100 years.
Huge.
Like when you think about that, it's kind of crazy.
Yes.
And we do have a local 14-year-old from Dunbar, Paul Lawrence Dunbar Middle School in Fort Myers, Nicasio David. He is competing.
Again,
He was in it last year, made top 60. Number 60, I think, is when he got eliminated.
Nicasio.
So he correctly spelled, to move on. What's this word? Hold on, let me see if I can write. Tintinnabulary.
Tintinnabulary.
What's that?
Well, obviously it's Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, he credits martial arts for keeping him focused, and we are rooting for him.
Congratulations, Nicasio. You got this.
It's so cool. I think I might be wrong on this. Last 2 years, I think kids won from Florida, right? Yes. See, last 2 years.
Let's go.
Florida showing up, and this isn't just like this is a worldwide event.
Yeah. Neha's telling us that we have a comment going back to the storm conversation.
Stand by. Hold on.
This is from Dan on Facebook.
Hey,
He
Dan.
says, I still have old gas and gas cans from the last hurricane. Do you know where I can get rid of that?
Well, I am not a gas expert. Well, I am a gas expert, but not that type of gas expert. I'm just kidding. Come on, that was a 10-year-old boy joke.
I'm gonna.
Why don't you just use it in your car or your lawnmower? Oh, gas expires.
I'm gonna ask,
So I'm gonna say we are gonna find out for you.
and we'll reply to you.
We will reply to you.
Well, but where do you? Our director just came in and said the same thing.
I'm gonna ask. The Lee County Sheriff's Office does the medication things, or maybe the EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, has. They'll know where to do it.
Yeah.
There's got to be somewhere to bring it. Thank you for being responsible, though, and thank you for teaching me something I didn't know gas expired.
So just keep an eye out. I'll reply to you a little later when we get an answer for that. That's a great question.
a great
In
question.
fact, I think it might be same at our house.
That you're a gas expert.
This is the tame version, just so you guys know.
My friends at home don't get to see the 12-year-old boy inside of me on the news every day.
We're still being good.
Okay. Anyway, so Scripps National Spelling Bee tonight and tomorrow.
Yes, and I just wanted to go back to that question really quick with Dan. Part of this podcast is also the opportunity for you to engage with our meteorologist as well. So as we move into storm season, we will be bringing them on, to answer questions and stuff like that as well. So this is an opportunity for you guys to engage with them too, and that will be happening. Why are you looking at me like I'm crazy?
I'm not. I'm looking at you and just admiring
Oh my God,
how
thank
beautiful you are.
I was like, am I saying something incorrect?
No.
Okay. But yeah, I just wanted to say that because those are good questions, and people might have questions that are way above us. But don't worry, we got the experts in house to answer your questions.
Yeah, any question you have, even if we can't answer it on the spot, we will get you an answer. And even if you have questions for us, ask it. We might not answer it if it's super personal, but you never know.
Yeah.
Maybe we will.
I mean, I think we're pretty transparent for the most part.
I mean, I just said I was a gas expert.
No, but she actually is. More on that tomorrow.
I can't.
We appreciate you so much, tuning into our podcast. For those of you just watching, this is brand new for us. We've never been podcasters.
No.
We're just TV people. And so we've loved getting to connect. And now we get to connect with you and respond to your comments and stuff. And we come on, we thrive off of that. We love that.
Well,
We
I'm
love
loving
being able
it.
to
Yes.
talk to people.
It's a whole lot of fun. So Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, fox4now.com. Just click watch live. And we are also streaming some days on YouTube and Facebook. So look for us, drop us a comment, and make sure to tune in to our next off script, which is
Tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
Have a good day.